Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to start working on the battery pack for my 1000-watt rear hub motor that I got off eBay. This is the little template for the battery box and pack. So it's going to mount in the water bottle spot like that. It's going to be 15S pack. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. Alright, first thing I'm going to start on is the battery box. Picked up some aluminum right here. This is 1/8 of an inch thick aluminum for the outsides. So outsides are going to be like this. It's going to be all the way around. I'm going to have this 3" by 1/8 inch. I'm just going to get it all the way around. This is where the cells will sit. The pack is going to be 15S. So each group is going to be 4P, 4 cells in parallel, 15 cells in series, total of 60 cells. They're going to sit inside the box. BMS is going to go right there, 60 connector. They're going to go outside. This is the thinner aluminum. It's 0.025. That's what I was able to find. I would like to go a little thicker, but this is stuff from Lowe's. There it is. Yeah, turn around so you guys can read. I picked this up from Lowe's. If you needed the same stuff or whatever. I don't know how relevant this box is going to be to everybody, so I'm just going to build it, and if you guys have any questions you can ask me, but as far as the putting batteries together, I'm going to go over that in a little more detail. So anyways, we'll get started. Another update. I'm coming along in the box, started working on the sides. This is how the sides are going to be. So first I did, I cut them out to a shape. Still working on this one, but then I went and picked up some of this vacuum tubing from auto parts store. It's just 7/64 vacuum tubing, and cut it, split it right on the middle, and I put it around here just to help to seal up the box. Hopefully trying to make it watertight, so if it rains we're not going to get it in the battery. So I've been working on this. Got the same little 90s I used to hold the sides in, so that's going to go like that once it bolts in, and then hopefully seal everything up one side, and I'm still working on the other, like I said, and the batteries are going to go inside. So it's coming along pretty good. I'm going to keep working on this side, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty guys, the time has come to start building the battery. So here I have 61 Samsung 25R cells. If we can focus right here, turn it around for you. That's the cells I'll be using. These ones are 2500 milliamp hour with 20 amp discharge rate continuous. So I'll be using 60 of them. I got one just in case I messed something up, so I have one spare. So that's the reason I got 61 of them. Well, the battery I'm going to be building is going to be, see if I can get this to focus. So it's going to be 15S, 14P, 60 amp discharge rate, and 10 amp hour capacity. So basically 15S, meaning 15 batteries in series. So when you hook the batteries up like this, negative to positive, the positive to negative, and you increase voltage. So if I put 15 of these in string, I will have 54 volts. And 4P, meaning whenever you're putting them side by side like this in parallel, you increase the capacity now. So I'm going to have 4 in parallel, 15 in series. So this is going to give me total of 54 volt battery. It's going to be nominal voltage because each cell is 3.6 volts, as it states on the specification sheet right here. 3.6 for these types of battery. Maximum charge is 4.2 volts, but I'm going to charge them only to 4.1 volts per cell. That will give me 61.5 volts fully charged on this battery. I'm not going to charge to 4.2 just to try to prolong, increase the life of these batteries. If you don't charge to the maximum, you'll increase the life. And also I'm not going to discharge to 2.5. This is a specification as far as discharge goes, cut off. I'm only going to discharge to 3 volts. So the minimum total battery voltage is going to be 45 volts. Also, I'm also going to talk about the 60 amp rating. I am going to build this battery to 60 amp, be able to put out 60 amps safely, but there's no way I will ever draw this much out of this battery. I will only be drawing 20 to 30 amps out of this battery. The reason I'm going to 60 is because I want to have some safety factor to it. So in case something were to go wrong, I'm always safe, okay? Like if I do draw more than 20 amps, 30 amps, I'm still safe because the battery is built for 60. So yeah, that's the way I do it. I do not want to set my projects on fire, so I try to make them nice and safe. So the first thing we're gonna do, as far as start putting this battery, I got some of these stickers. They act as an extra insulator. See, this battery's already come with one from the factory. It's kind of underneath the shrink wrap. I'm gonna put another one just to be safe. And another thing I'm gonna do while doing the stickers, I'm gonna check the voltage of each battery, make sure they are all at the same voltage. They should be. They all come with the same pack. I've kind of checked a couple. They seem to be at the same voltage, but I'm gonna check every single one of these batteries, make sure they're at the same voltage. So whenever we connect them in parallel, there's no problems. Alrighty guys, let's get started. Alright, all the batteries are connected together with a hot glue out of the case. It's time to start putting them together. What I'm going to use pure nickel strip. This is the size of it, 8 millimeters by 0.15 millimeters. And I have quite a bit of it here. This strip can carry 10 amps of current. So what I'll have to do in order for me to be safe and have carry 60 amps of current, I will have to connect 6 pieces in between every set of these. Okay, so I'm gonna have 1, 2, probably 3, 4, and then 5, 6. So I'm gonna have to have 6 pieces connecting these together in order for it to carry 60 amps safely. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna connect them right here, following this drawing. So this is gonna be my main positive. So in the back I'll have to connect it, and in the front I'll connect these two, and the back and the front again. So I'm just gonna follow this diagram right here all the way till the end, until I have my main negative is going to be down here. So this is I'm going to take my time on this and check myself, double check myself, because you don't want to do this wrong. If you're dead short the cell, it could start a fire. It could be a real bad deal. So you got to be real careful, double check, and then just so we don't start the fire here. So I'm going to get started on these. In order for me to connect this nickel strip, I forgot to say, I'm going to use my, it's a DIY spot welder right here. Just basically relay right here connected to my DIY battery here. So anyways, if you guys want me to make a video about this, I can down the road. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be using. And I'll get started. I'm gonna find the dead cell first. I'm gonna do a couple practice welds, and if everything goes good, I'm gonna start on these. So, well, let's get going. Alright, so the battery is spot welded together. So this is the main positive of the battery, and it just snakes all the way around, all the way to the main negative. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a voltmeter right now, turn it on, and see if what voltage we'll see. Hard to do with one hand, but anyways, there's the main positive of the whole thing. Well, I guess there's a negative of the whole thing, and there's a positive. So 52.8 volts. This is perfect. So yes, this battery is working. It's wired incorrectly. I didn't short anything out. I was trying to be super careful. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. So the next step would be to wire in this BMS. BMS is a battery management system. It's basically going to be the brains of this battery. The way it works is this one is a little bit fancy, I guess. It comes with a little Bluetooth module. But the way it works is it just monitors every group of cells through this connector right here. So I have to wire in every one of these wires into every group of cells. So I'm going to start with the red one. I'm going to be on the main positive, and I'm going to work my way back. The next one over is going to connect down there, third one here, and like so, all the way till I have all of them hooked up, every group of cells, so the BMS can monitor them. So only instructions I have for this BMS is what came on the seller's website, so they never gave me any instructions. So this is the only instructions that I have as far as to wire it right here. So I'm gonna follow on that. Anyway, so B minus, since this blue wire is gonna connect to the main negative of the whole battery, and where this black wires come out. So this is gonna be gonna go to the motor of the bike. So this is gonna be the main negative discharge, and then the positive, it just hooks up here and goes that way. So this BMS, what it does, if any of these cells overcharge or over discharge, it just disconnects. So that's perfect. And also it has a little temperature probe, which I think I'm going to put right into here. So it's going to monitor the temperature of the whole pack to make sure it doesn't overheat, and if it gets too hot, it'll shut down. What's good about this BMS is everything is adjustable. So I'll be able to go in the app, hook up through this Bluetooth right here, and I'll be able to set my maximum voltages for every cell group, minimum voltages for every cell group, temperatures, everything. So it's going to be awesome. Alrighty, well, I'm going to get started and wire everything up, and I'll show you the finished product. Let's get going. the balance wires are hooked up. So now it's time to check the voltages to make sure I didn't mix any of these wires up, because there was 15 of them and I was moving battery back and forth. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to go in between each one of these pins right here and make sure there's 3.5 volts. So make sure I didn't misplace one of the wires. So this is this side. I'm not going to flip it around. It's just a pain with one hand. But yeah, and then I'm going to go all the way through, make sure it's all correct, and I'm going to start hooking up the BMS. Alrighty guys, the BMS is all wired in. That's what it looks like right here. I put a little bit of tape underneath these wires, just gonna help it prevent it from shorting out up against the bus bars, so hopefully it'll help a little bit. But anyways, as far as the BMS goes, everything is plugged in. This plug-in right here is for the Bluetooth module. This right here is for the temperature sensor, and all the balancing wires plug in the back. There's also little pins over there. It said that it was marked as SW, which I thought it was going to be switch, and I tried to solder in 2 wires to it, and then they didn't do anything. Connecting them together, disconnecting them didn't do anything. So even though it's maybe marked as switch, I don't know. I don't have any instructions for this, but it definitely didn't work as switch. But anyways, I was going to show you here on the app. This is the app that comes with this BMS, and then it controls the BMS. So this is the main menu, and you have this lock-on-lock switch. If you hit the lock button, it kills the voltage on the pack, and then when you unlock it, it restores the voltage. So you have to use your phone, I guess, to turn it all on off, which is fine by me. I just wanted to have a mechanical switch, which is not going to be the case, because like I said, I could not figure out how to that's not for switch. Those little pins right there. Like I said, they've marked SW. I can't get a camera in there. Another option is to have a big mechanical switch that you connect probably on the output of the BMS. I don't really want to do big mechanical switch, so I'm just going to use the phone for now, see how that works. So it kills the voltage and then it brings it right back. So I'm going to use the phone for now and see how that works. Worst case, down the road I can add big switch. Alright, as far as this app goes, I was going to run you through it just a little bit. This is the main menu. Kind of gives you the temperature in Celsius right there, and you can select whether it's going to be your pack or the BMS temperature. It has 2 temperature sensors, which is real cool. The other one says right here, remainder in kilometers. So I'm assuming this is going to update once I start riding. We'll see. And the current going out of the BMS, which is going to be perfect. We'll be able to see how much that eBay kit is actually drawn out of our battery. We'll be able to tell how many amps it's drawn. And if we go into the menu right here, and oh, no, not here. It's going to show. There we go. There's a battery state. It just has some basic information about the battery. If we go here, just tell you the voltage per every cell, which is great. You'll be able to monitor cell group, which is real cool. And I also played with this too. If you go into this menu here, parameter settings, you can change all these parameters. So I set for over voltage, I set 4.12. Remember how I said I'm only going to charge to 4.1 volts? Yeah, you can set the cutoff here. Also, you can release voltage, and I played with this under voltage. So whenever the battery is dead, what voltage you want the BMS to cut off at. So I put mine to 3, and it restores at 3.1. Max discharge current I set for 40 amps for right now. We'll see how that works. 40 amps sounds plenty. And also My capacity is set for 10 amps. So it's real cool that you can change all this. This is the reason I got this BMS, because normally over voltage is set for 4.2 something most of the time, for over 4.2. So it's real cool that you can change all this, and then hopefully it works good. But as far as the continue on the battery, I'm gonna wrap it and put it inside the box, and hopefully we'll be able to get the bike going here today. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, this is all wrapped up and ready to go. It's not the prettiest job, definitely, but I'm not going to be able to see the battery once inside the box anyways, just as long as it protects it from shorting out up against the box itself. I also soldered in this XT60 connector for charging. It's going to go at the back, and these two wires are going to go to the motor that's going to end up with XT60 connector. I'm just going to get it on the bike first and see where I need to cut them, and so I don't have a bunch extra, just to trim out to length anyways there. Alright, I'm gonna go put it in the box, and I'll give you an update from there. Hopefully it fits in there. It was a pretty snug fit last time when I was testing it, but I'll give you an update once it's in the box. Alright, well here it is. This was a tight fit. It took me a little bit to get it in there, but gladly this thing worked, and I wish I would have made it just a little bit bigger, but it is what it is. It fit in there. I'm super happy. So now I just got to put the lid on, get the XT60 connector onto these wires, output wires, and we'll be ready to ride. We'll bring you on whenever we first do the test run. Alrighty guys, there comes the moment of the truth. I did not put the cover on, decided not to, just to make sure everything runs good. But the wiring is all hooked up right there into the controller. Also, I lifted the back wheel up just so we can do the test run, and figured I'll bring you guys along. So the first thing, we're gonna turn on the battery. Hopefully nothing goes poof. We'll see. Alright, battery is on. And this is already on too, so it says full, which is this calibrated for 48 volts. It should say full. Okay. And now I'm gonna give it a little bit of a throttle. And to see, we're gonna look at this. For some reason our current is in negatives. Okay, this is drawing, that makes sense. There's 1 amp right here. It is working. I'm so excited right now. I'm gonna put the little cover on. I'm gonna take it for the last test run, but and I'll come back and talk to you for just 1 second. All right, it is done. It took longer than I thought it would, but it exceeded all my expectations. I can't even talk right now. I'm so excited. Alrighty guys, so I'm charging it up right now. My little test ride went amazing, so this thing works great. In the next video, we're gonna take it for a ride together. We're gonna figure out the top speed, the range on this thing. It's gonna be awesome. So right now, I'm gonna end this video. Just talking a little bit about this project. I wish I would have made the battery box a little bigger. It would have made my life a lot easier, but the way the box turned out is pretty good. I mean, I think this thing looks awesome for a DIY box like that. It's made like if I pick up the bike right on the middle, it stays straight because the motor has the weight on the back and the battery kind of has the weight on the front. We can weigh that in the next video. We'll see what I can do about that. Can't promise anything about the weight, but we'll do top speed and range. It would be awesome to know how much it weighs. But yeah guys, hopefully you liked it. Just to let you know, I am not a professional. Yeah, I just took you through the process with me, and just to show you how I did it. So I might have done something wrong. Definitely do your own research. Endless Sphere, the forum, Endless Sphere was an amazing resource for me. Those guys know their stuff. They're real professionals, and then I just learned a ton of information from there in order for me to complete this project here. Alrighty guys, I hope you liked it. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and subscribe. In the next video, we are going to take this thing for a ride. Alright, have a good rest of your day. Bye.